Good morning, everyone. Please let me be sure you can hear me. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Hello.
morning, ma'am.
Okay, good morning. Well, welcome this morning. Um, my name is Adetola Kombiemo. I'm seeing new faces here today. Hello, ma. No, ma. Money class, money facilitation. Níbi iṣẹ́. No, laptop mi ni mò ń lò. Fún ti ibi iṣẹ́, fún ti now. Okay, ma. Okay, I'm back now. So, good morning once again. My name is Adetola Akombiemu, and like I said, this is our fourth lesson. This is our fourth lesson. Um, we've taken 3 lessons on Zoom. I'm going to post the recording sessions. Unfortunately, the last lesson we could not post. I did not record. I forgot to record, but the first 2 are recorded, and there are also video lessons for the first 3 lessons. This particular lesson, I'm going to still do a video on it, and I'm going to upload it and send the link to us so that we can watch. So that we can watch. Who can remind us of our lesson for last week? Can anyone remind us, what did we talk about last week? You can raise up your
We
hand.
talked about
Okay, go ahead.
computer components.
Good. We talked about components of computer. And who can tell us about the components of computers we have? Hello, I did class. Hello, I did class. I'll call you back. So who can tell us part of the components of the computer? Hello.
Yes, ma. Good morning, ma.
Good morning, Mr. Lawrence. Good morning. So can you tell us about the components of computer in 2 minutes? Just tell me what.
The compo uh, the components of the computer. These are the parts or the things that made up the computer.
Okay.
I don't know.
What are the 2 basic things that make up
Yeah, there are things like we talked about the hardware and the software.
Simple. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's move quickly. 5 minutes is gone. Today we're going to be talking about, I'll be sharing my screen now. We're going to be talking about we're going to talk about computer storage and the types of storage devices we have. I didn't send the video, so a lot of us might not have access to it. But like I said earlier, this course is a simple course. It's a course that some of us should be familiar with, as long as you make use of a computer in your house, in your office, in school. There are things that you'll be conversant with. So we'll be talking about computer storage and type of storage devices. The word computer storage, I'm going to break it down. We've talked about computer. We said computer is an electronic device that accepts data, processes data, and outputs data. Now, the word storage is from the word store. To store means to keep. When you keep things, it's usually because you'll be needing them in future. That is why it's called, that is why we use the word store. So when we talk about storage is when something has been kept, when something has been stored for future use. So computer storage is talking about a process whereby you're able to keep information. You're able to keep information either temporarily or permanently. You know that even as you are in your house, there are some things you buy, you keep them for a long time, and there are some things you buy, you keep them for a short time. In short, there are some things that you can't keep for a long time. Time, it would spoil. And there are some things that when you buy them, I'm sure there are some things you buy and they will not just get spoiled. No matter how long you keep them, they're just there until you're tired of it and then you dispose it. It's the same thing in computer storage. So computer storage is a process in which a computer keeps, stores or saves digital data and information in the memory, which will last either for a short period or for a longer period. When we talk about storage in computer, we classify them into two. We say that we have our primary storage and then we also have our secondary storage. The primary storage are the volatile storage. The secondary storage are the non-volatile storage. Now, when we talk about primary, anything volatile is temporarily. It means it's not going to be around for a long time. Anything that is volatile is synonymous to a short period of time. Volatile is synonymous to something that is temporary, something that will not last long. So that's the primary storage that we're talking about. So primary storage is the volatile storage and it holds data for a short period of time. In as much as it holds this data for a short period of time, it still stores it faster when it is being used. And data that is being stored in the primary storage, once the light goes off, wherever you have stored is instantly lost. It needs a constant power supply to keep the data or the information. And a lot of times, this primary storage are in the computer. The memory in which it is being stored is is embedded in the computer system. And the two types of primary storages we have the random access memory and we have the cache. This cache. I know last week we talked about random access memory. If you remember that someone asked the meaning of random access memory. And then someone also asked if random access memory, which is a RAM, if it can be categorized as an input, output, hardware, or software. If you remember that I said the best category to keep or to place the random access memory is under a storage device. Why? Because that is where it best suits. So the two types of our primary storage devices, we have the random access memory and we have the cache. And someone explained the random access memory. If you remember that it stores information temporarily, and once the computer switches down or is being shut down, all the data there will be wiped out. RAM is what stores our running applications, is what stores our running program while the system is running. While you're using your MS Word, for example, now I'm making use of Zoom. Please, you ask questions when I'm done. I can see your hand. Just hold on, please. When you're making use of your Zoom on your computer, you're typing your MS Word. What keeps it running is the RAM. If it is not just running because it wants to run or it will just keep running. It is running because there is a memory which is keeping it. So RAM is that memory that stores the running programs and running applications while our system is running. And that is why when you're done with any application on your computer, you save, you close it, you shut down. When you shut down, if you remember that by the time you turn on your computer again, you have to open that application again. That's because it is lost. Except maybe when you tell your laptop to sleep, you tell it sleep, that is, don't turn off finally, just hold on a bit. The RAM is the one that keeps those information, but once the computer is shut down, the information is wiped out. Now we'll go to the second type of primary storage, which is our cache memory. Now cache memory is also another memory which is primary and can also be found in the CPU, which is the brain of the computer. Now, what cache does is that the frequently used data, the data that is being used frequently, it stores it, and it also reduces the time that is used in accessing data from the main memory of the computer. I want to break down this cache memory for us in a very simple form. Um, let me okay. This cache memory. When you put on your computer, remember that our computer is multitasking. You can do a lot of things at the same time. You open your Corel Draw, you're working on it. Oh, you remember, I need some images. Let me go to the internet. You open your Google Chrome, you go to the internet, you open your www.google.com. Oh, I need the information I need is on my MS Word. You open your MS Word, you open it, you get some information. So what the catch saves is all those apps that are being opened down. That is the memory, that is the I'm sorry, I got to what the cache memory stores is it stores those applications that are already being opened. It just keeps them for you. So you already have them opened. All you just need to do is just switch between programs. You switch between applications. That is work of the cache memory. If you do not if you close everything, the information goes. You have to open it again if you need it. So that is what the cache memory does. So that's all about primary storage. Let's go to a secondary storage. Now, like the word says, secondary are they are permanent, and a lot of times secondary storage is attached to the computer system. What secondary storage does is that it stores information that can last for a long period of time, information that cannot be deleted, information that you not need power to retain it, information that it will only be lost when you delete it, or when the storage is corrupted. So the secondary storage is what stores all the programs and the computers, the operating system, your data, your device driver. It is the secondary storage. You can also call it the offline storage and external memory. So for the secondary storage, it is embedded in the computer system. It's also external. So that's basically, so I'll give us examples of secondary storage devices. We have our hard drive. When we talk about hard drive, we have the internal and we also have the external. The internal hard drive is the hard drive that is embedded in the computer system. When you get a computer system and you want to buy it, and then you ask that what is the specification, they'll say 500 gig RAM, 1 terabyte ROM, 1 terabyte hard disk, sorry. You hear 1 terabyte hard disk, 320 gig hard disk. I hope we're together. That is the size of the memory of the computer. That is the amount of size it has. That is the amount of size it can use to store your documents, to store your operating system, to store your images, to store your data. And in the computer, there is a house that houses this hard disk. The thing is, it's not something you can just easily go and remove. You can't easily go and remove. The only thing that can corrupt your hard disk is maybe when it falls down, maybe when your laptop falls down, it can be corrupted, or maybe when there's a virus on the computing system, it can corrupt it. Apart from that, your hard drive, as a matter of fact, if your computer system goes wrong and it seems like you want to get another one, you can even remove the hard disk that is inside the computer system and copy the information on it to your new system. That's for the internal. Like I said, we have the internal and we also have the external. Now, for the external is um is attached to the computer system. Okay, I was supposed to come with. I have one around, but I don't want to leave here. And if you look at the first image, let me take us back to the first image. I'll show you. mm, Sorry, please. I want to quickly show something. I want to take us back to the beginning of this course. Now, can you see this image here? Can you see this black square box? This black square.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you can see that it is connected with a cord to the
Yes.
computer. This is an external hard disk. External hard disks come in different sizes. They come in 512 gig, they come in 500 gig, 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes. You understand? 100 gig. A lot of people have this. Usually, when you have information that are precious to you, you don't want it to be misplaced. You want to keep it, and then you want a storage device that you don't have to keep putting in every other person's system, not like the flash drive. It's always best to have this. You have your wedding pictures, you have your events that you have done, videos you want to keep. You're a graphic designer, you have jobs you've done for people and they can recall it, but you don't want it to be on your computer system because it will occupy space. So what you do is you pick your external hard disk and store information. So that is all about the hard disk. Another example of a secondary storage is the solid state drive. Now, the solid state drive it also performs the same function just as the hard disk drive. We just talked about the hard disk. Now, this is SSD. The difference is that it uses flash memory. What the flash memory does is that it allows it to retain data and it is not easily corrupted. Presently, a lot of laptops that is being done have the SSD. If you're someone that if you go out, maybe if you talk to a lot of these computer guys that sell computers, they will tell you that SSD, they crash. Hard disks, they quick crash. If you're familiar with words like that, yes. So that's the difference. The only difference is that flash memory allows it to retain data. You understand? And it kind of has a shield. It kind of has a shield that the hard disk drive does not have. So it's not easily corrupted. So the third one we have is our USB. USB are also hardware storage devices that we can use to store and copy data. You can use it to copy documents into the computer and out of the computer. The capacity is usually also in gig, and for you to use it, you just have to plug the USB into the computer cord, like this image I showed us in the beginning. There's a USB cord. It has a cord and the computer has a port that accepts the cord. So when you plug the cord into the computer port, the computer reads that, oh, there's an external device. What do you want to do? So you decide what you want to do. Maybe you want to copy, maybe you want to transfer. So another storage device we have is the SDC. We call it the secure digital card. A lot of times that's what we call our memory card. Everybody calls it memory card, Abby. We're all guilty of that. Memory card. How many you no go put memory card for your phone, to support the boost the memory. So we have the SDC. It's a small size memory card. I'm sure a lot of us have seen it. It's as small as a SIM card, which also has a high capacity memory. It can be used a lot of time. It's used in mobile phones. It's used in digital cameras and even computer. There's a memory card reader. There's a card reader that you can use to slot in the card. And there's a lot of times laptops too have this card reader. So you slot it into your computer system to store your devices. We have the compact, the CD. Everyone is used to CD. A lot of times CD is used for recording audio music. You can also use it to copy information, like in your final year, you'll be asked to burn your project inside a CD. And a lot of times you can rewrite. What it means to rewrite is that you can make the changes that you have made before, but before you use it, it's always important that you format it. Then after formatting, you give it a name and then you use it to save whatever information. We also have the DVD. DVD is also an external storage device. The difference between the DVD and the CD is that the DVD has a larger storage capacity. You can store videos, a lot of times videos. And what is then we have floppy disk. Floppy diskette is an old form of storage device, which is also outdated. And in those days, floppy disk used to be unreliable. The storage capacity used to be unreliable, and then that is why innovation has brought about the memory, the flash drive, and all of that. We also have finally we have our tape drive. I think I need to show us the picture of this tape drive. Okay, permit me to stop sharing this. I'm going to share um okay, let me share. Okay. Now, can you see my screen? Can you see this? Can you see this
Yes,
image? Okay.
yes,
How
please.
many how many people ever used this? If you know you ever used this, let me see you raise your hands. I know a lot of people are laughing. Okay, okay. The Agbalagbas. We don't say now them don't use them more. New generation. I'm sure new generation will be wondering that really did this ever exist? Yes, it did exist. It's also a storage device, though it's outdated. You understand? You remember in those days, we use biro, we would turn it and turn it and turn it and turn it. You now play it back, you listen to your music. So that's all about a storage device. So now bringing it, like I said, whatever we do, we have to relate it to the library profession. We have to relate it. We're studying computer to enable us know how best to use it to suit our needs. Computer is not what we are studying. Library and information science is what we are studying. But we need a computer to help us to use it in a better way. So, our class activity, we have a class activity that we're going to do now. And I know we have questions. So, class activity now, um, 5 people, because we are going to discuss 5 storage device that can be used in the storage of information resources and data in library. So I want us to discuss. Let's discuss. We have talked for about 25 minutes, 20 minutes. So let's discuss. What 5 storage device can we use in the library, to store our information resources and to store our data? And then are there other storage device that have not talked
The external
about?
drive.
Okay, the external drive. How can we use the external hard disk?
Now, okay, can use the external drive. Um, for example, if we have like books, downloaded books in the library that we need to save, maybe even if we have them on the system, the library system, maybe we have because most times this hard disk crash. Now, like when we're talking about hard drive, how hard drive crash, from what I've noticed sometimes, even in the office here, when there is kind of a power
Power.
fluctuation, sometimes it
Yes.
damages this hard drive. Like
Yes.
the system I'm currently using in the office,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
there was this fluctuation of power. The hard drive got bad, so I lost almost all my data. So in the library, external hard drive or external hard disk can be useful. Even when you have books, like already downloaded books on the system, can also have a backup on the external hard drive, whereby even if the system or the whatever happens to the hard drive, you can copy them back on the system and still use them instead of losing those files.
Very good. Very good. Beautiful. Very good. That's very good. Okay, so can someone else talk about a storage device we can use in the library apart from the external hard disk? And then I also said that are there other storage device that I've not mentioned? Probably I've not mentioned, and it's also important to learn about. You can talk about it. Let's see.
I think if you mentioned everything.
Okay, I thought someone is going to tell me that. What about storing information in the cloud?
Oh, that's is that part of I think that is the digital one now. I think that is like the modern one.
Okay, okay, it's a modern one.
Yeah, cloud is for me. I see it as the digital, like the modern one. I wasn't thinking about it in this angle. The cloud. Then we have we transfer. Apart from cloud, we have we transfer. We have other ones where you can save all your files, like a Dropbox. Dropbox is also part of it. We can also save files on them. Yeah, part of it. But I think they are digital.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let someone else speak. Let's talk about other storage devices that we can use in the storage of information, resources, and data. You know, in the library. Let me quickly say something. In the library, there's this information that we usually store in the library, and for me, information is a big deal. It's a big deal because once it is lost, hey, to get it back, ha, you will sweat. You will
You
work for
swear to.
days. You work for months. The information I'm talking about is bibliographic details of books. I don't know if you've done any course
Mhm.
on bibliographic details of books. That is, for each book in the library, you get the information, the details, the title, the author, the year of publication, the subject, and all that. Imagine a library that has 1 million books, and then they've taken the pain to catalog those books. They have the information, and then it is launched on the library management software. And probably it was not backed up. Probably the software didn't have a backup, or something happened and then it crashed. I don't know how they're going to get that back. Oh. They've spent years. So a lot of time, what we did there was that while we were cataloging our books, when the head office was in Lagos, then what we did was, for every information that was cataloged and was uploaded, we had a backup. After we back it up on the system, after it has been backed up, we'll copy it to an external storage device to back it up again, so we don't lose it. And one of the reliable form of external storage is the external hard disk, because it is large, and because, like I said, it's not something you can keep putting in, you can keep inserting in every other person's system. It's usually dedicated mainly for a purpose. So that's another way we can store information, resources, and data. There are lots of journals that are in the library. People come, if you're a reference librarian, people come and meet you for information on probably a topic, and you're able to get information. You will store them. You store them. Okay, so it's only one person that has talked though. I'm still expecting us to speak. Abdulaziz Adamu,
Hello?
you're welcome. This is the first time I'm seeing you.
Welcome.
You're welcome to our class.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah,
How is all?
work is fine. Thank you. Which center are you from? Hello.
Gombe.
I said, which center?
Gombe.
Gombe.
Hello? Yes.
Gombe.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, I've been to Gombe before. Gombe is a quiet place. Yes, I've been to Gombe. I've been to Bajoga.
Abi?
Yes.
No, I'm in Gombe town.
I didn't stay in Gombe town. I stayed
This
in
side is
Bajoga. I stayed in Bajoga. It's a pleasure
continue.
to meet you from Gombe. And I think we have other
Thank
people.
you very much.
Okay, so today the things that we talked about, since nobody wants to speak, I believe we have questions. We talked about computer storage, and we talked about how it can help us in a library. The knowledge of storage devices are important and useful to us as library and information service provider. Any acquired information we generate should be stored and kept for easy and adequate retrieval for use now and in future, most importantly to satisfy the needs of our user. So I'll entertain questions now. If you have questions, please, you can raise your
Yes,
hands. If you have questions, you can raise your hand.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead,
I
please.
want to ask about TMA and something about exam. I have a some something that was no clear.
Your network is failing.
And this time,
Your network is failing, so I can't hear you properly. Maybe you can type it in the chat box.
okay, continue, man. Continue.
Okay, so can we have another question? Can we have someone that has a question?
So this study is going good. Good
Can
job.
you can you type your question in the chat box? Thank you. We can't hear you properly.
Okay, let me.
Yes, yes, please. Okay, does anyone have any question, please? I think it's saying something about TMA.
Okay,
Okay, Lauren, please go ahead.
hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
My question is, when we talked about the primary and the secondary drive, then
Yeah.
we'll talk about the read access memory. Sometimes we're told that RAM, like the speed of the computer. Now, for example, in production, like we in media, in production, if you are running a heavy video files, they will tell you there's a recommended system for it. And in that, they will have to recommend a very high speed of RAM. Now, so does it mean, what I'm trying to say is when your RAM, for example, if you have like 16 gig RAM on your system,
Mm.
it's
I've lost you.
easier
I've
for
lost.
you to render files. Do we say, okay, can you hear me? Can you
I
see
can
hear
hear
me
you
now?
now. Go on, go on.
Can you hear me, ma?
I can hear you. Go on, please.
Okay. So what I'm saying is when you now in production, when you're rendering a heavy files, now heavy video files, like you're working on it, now they will recommend a system with like 16 gig RAM.
Okay.
And when you're using a system with 60 gig RAM, it's easier for you to render those files faster
Yes.
compared to when you're having a 4 gig RAM.
Yes.
So, and now you are also saying that RAM is used to store files. So are we going to say RAM is used to store file or RAM is used to determine the speed or determines the speed of work you do on the system?
RAM is used to store running applications.
Okay.
Running applications. Now, I want to try to break it down. When you talk about a 16 gig RAM, a system that makes use of a 16 gig RAM, the
Mm,
ability it can carry is that it can carry a program with every information. It has an
exactly.
ability to
Exactly.
carry, to store a
Adobe
program.
Premiere Cool.
Yeah, thank you. Good. It has the ability to store a heavy program, a heavy running application. When applications like that, maybe the total memory space they may be occupying maybe about 10 gig, 15 gig, and all of that. So for it to process faster and
Yeah.
easily, you need a RAM with a larger space. The reason why
Okay.
you need it is so
Okay.
that while it's running, it can retain the program, it can retain the information for you while you are using it. It's just like you want to wash, for example, you want to wash your hands. You just finished eating. Are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
You want
Mm-hmm.
to wash your hands.
Yeah.
You now call a small boy. You want to wash your hand in a bucket, like a 20 liters bucket of water. Your hands
Mm-hmm.
are very dirty. A small bowl of water will not be enough. So you call a small boy.
Mm-hmm.
You now give him a 20 liters bucket of water. You put it on his head and you are washing your hand. Before you finish washing your hand, the boy will collapse.
Exactly.
Am I communicating? The boy will collapse. But
You're right.
imagine that you now bring a man, able-bodied man, you now tell him to carry
Mhm.
the bucket of water. The man will carry the bucket of water. You will wash your hands for hours till you are done, and he will not be tired. So that is the way the ram works. What it does is that hand
Okay.
washing that you are doing, while you are washing your hand, it's patient to allow you to finish. It's patient to it keeps the water there, it keeps the water, it stays, it stands, you're done, and then when you're done, you pour your water away. You've accomplished your mission. You've done what you want to do. That's what the ram does. I don't know if I communicated to us.
It's awesome. One thing I want to know is the cache.
Yes.
Sometimes when you're working on a system, it get to a point they will tell you go and clear your cache. For example,
Yeah.
you have
I can't get you again.
you have a password that was stored on the system, and you're
Yeah.
trying to put in a new password. The old password will be obstructing the new password. Clear the cache. Now I'm from temporary. Can you hear me, man?
I can hear you now.
Can you get me, man?
I can
Hello, man.
get you. Yes, I'm
Okay.
with you.
What I'm saying is, yeah, sometimes when you're working on the system, you'll be asked to go and clear your cache. Like you will clear it just for you to be able to use, or maybe if a particular app on that system is not working, you'll be asked to go and clear the cache. Maybe something is obstructing it. Now,
Okay.
meanwhile, from what we are told now in the class here is the cache store system temporary. Why do you need to go and clear it if it stores system temporary?
What I do?
So,
Okay.
so
Well,
sorry, ma.
my understanding about cache is what is storing, what is stores. It's not something that you can fall back on to use. But what it does,
Exactly.
it occupies space. It will just that what it's storing is not what you can use again. You understand? When we mean it's temporary, what we
Exactly.
mean is that it is temporarily storing. Does not mean that it is there and what is storing is useful. So cache just holds the information. The information it holds, by the time you put off your system, it's not useful again, but it has kept it. So the reason why the computer
Okay,
is
ma.
asking you,
That's the point. But I have had issue with cache when you have a password and you change the password. Now you are trying to put in the new password. The cache on the system will be obstructing it. Maybe he has stored the old password. Now, when you are going through the process of troubleshooting, you will now be asked to go and clear the old cache. And when you clear the old cache, it will allow the new password. I
the
just want
cache
to
you're
understand
the,
that.
the cache you're clearing is not the cache of the system. Oh. It's the cache of the website.
Okay.
That cache that you're clearing
Oh,
is the cache of the website, not the cache of the system. See this cache memory we're talking about?
okay.
It also exists in websites. That is what
Okay.
stores all our
Okay.
passwords.
Okay.
It stores our passwords. It stores the sites we have visited before. So the cache you're clearing is
Exactly.
not the one for the system, it's one for the website. And that's why you're having obstructions. I
Okay,
hope
ma.
I hope it's
Thank you,
clear
ma.
now. Yes.
Yeah,
Someone is
very clear. I understand. Very clear.
someone is asking that and what is the difference between USB and flash drive? Flash drive is the general word. Flash
Yes.
drive is the general word.
Universal.
Yes. USB is the universal serial bus controller. The USB in itself is is like a connector. It's a port. Is what allows the USB is what allows you
Yes, the
connect
ports were.
your
Yeah.
flash drive to the computer. I don't know, maybe you
Mm-hmm.
get it. That USB is it has a cord,
You're
it
correct, ma.
has a port, and it has a drive. It is a pathway that allows you to connect your flash drive, that allows you to connect your external hard disk, that allows you to connect your memory card. So I hope I've answered your question. The person that asked in the chat box. Mr. Shaye Olanipekun, you're quiet today.
I just want to learn today. That's why.
Oh, that's good. I'm seeing new faces. Who is Timilein? Seeing Timilein, seeing Rhoda, Steven.
No, ma. Good morning, ma.
Oh, good morning. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is the first time I'm seeing you here. It's a pleasure.
I was in your last class last week, ma.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. I didn't notice. Today I noticed you. You're welcome once again.
Thank you, ma.
You're welcome. Okay, so do we still have more questions? Okay, I want to ask us another question. I'm the one asking now, and I want us to discuss. Now, the information that is being stored on our Google Drive, how do we categorize it? I know a lot of us make use of Google Mail, Gmail, you
Yeah.
understand? And then even in your phone, your pictures, your files, it will be backed up on your Google Drive.
Google Drive.
Yes. Yeah, so that Google Drive, which classification of storage device can we place it?
I
It's
think it's
it's
part of
secondary storage,
okay.
ma.
Okay, someone else, please, who is speaking? Let me see your hand so I can know who is speaking.
Yeah, it's still part of the it's part okay. Can I?
Yes, Lawrence, please speak. Then Queen will speak.
Okay, we talked about the cloud as a digital means of storage. So it's secondary. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Queen, please go ahead and speak. Ahazemia.
Okay, ma. It's a secondary means of storage because anytime you can actually fall back to it, all your data that you stored will come back. You get access to them anytime, any year. So you actually have access to them anytime. So I think it's a secondary means of storage, ma.
Hmm. Now, I'm going to ask us another question. We all remember what happened yesterday. WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram shut down for hours. I
Yeah.
even thought I even thought my WhatsApp was not updated. I said my WhatsApp is updated now. I looked at my phone. It said you have a software update. I've been ignoring it. I finally downloaded it and installed it. I restarted my phone. When is it that someone hacked my WhatsApp? I told my husband send a message to me. He said it's true. Oh. Something is happening. Oh, now a lot of imagine that we could not access our information. Some people store pictures on Facebook. I hope you are aware. They'll say, let me keep it here.
Yeah.
Some people store their
Yeah.
business adverts on Instagram. Now, so is it reliable? Can we say storing in the cloud is reliable? Can we really say that? Considering what happened yesterday, I want us to discuss. We have 15 minutes to the end of the class, so let's talk. Can we really say storing in the cloud is reliable? MS Office, when you if you buy the MS Office original copy, you get to store your documents in the
Yeah.
cloud. Okay, so is it? I have Zemia Queen. Please speak. Hello, Queen. You can go ahead and speak. I saw you raised your
Ma,
hand. Yes, please.
so it's partially reliable. And one thing I've noticed with this social media stuff is that most of the time, like what happened yesterday was an upgrade. Like they needed to upgrade their network, their apps. So if there will be any need for it to crash totally, I think a notice would have been sent to people concerning it, so you
Okay.
know how to go
Okay.
about it before crash, Tima. So that's my
Okay.
own opinion on it.
Okay.
Can I
Okay.
can I come in?
Yes, please go ahead. I can see your hand.
Okay. First, its cloud is partially reliable. I agreed with him.
Okay.
They can 100% agree to say cloud is the first place. In fact, all form of saving files storages are not 100% reliable. You have to get backups, because anything can happen at any time. So what happened yesterday? From my research, there has been allegations on why issues like that happen. There have been, pointing accusing fingers on the owners of the Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp of selling data to hackers in the dark web.
Hmm.
But there have not been any official statement from Zuckerberg on that. But that has been what has been trending since yesterday till now. The stories have been up. So we are still waiting for him to come and deny it. But like what happened yesterday, people really do not take Telegram very serious.
Hmm.
But when that happened, a lot
Apple.
of people fall back to Telegram.
Telegram.
Like everybody, people I know on Telegram, for a long time I've said hi to them, and nobody have never said anything. In fact, yesterday everybody just remember Telegram. So I think it's just one of communication, but rather have other means to.
Okay, that's good. Thank you very much. I'm seeing Ashai's hands up. You want to speak? Please go ahead and speak.
Don't want to buttress on the point. I
Okay.
think storing the class is 100% to me okay because after the incident yesterday, no one lost our data
No
or other
one.
information.
No one.
Am I communicating now?
Yes, yes, I'm with you. No one lost their data or information.
Maybe when we store our drive, can misplace or on our system, but on the cloud, no can the information unless we are the end user, unless the program or the builder of the site that we're using. So I think is the best option. I think so.
That's well for me. Like I think I want to finally say, like what Lawrence said, is that we should just have backups in the clouds, physically, and
Exactly.
that is why physical books will never go out of extinction. That is one of the reasons. It will never go out of extinctions. That is why no matter how they are digitized everywhere, digitized application, they'll say do your application online. They'll still print out a copy and keep. And if for keep it oh. So I think we should just make sure that we have backups everywhere. You have information that is precious to you. Save it on your email, copy it on your flash drive, send it to someone else's email, copy it in the cloud. Just make sure that information um is backed up, because information is precious. Information can save lives. It can cost a lot. It can cost you lots of money. It can cost you more great profits, and lots of that. Okay, so
Just like you talked about email, even Gmail will ask you to they will ask you to recommend another email for as a form of a recovery email. So
yes.
they know what it means to when you lost your files. So they would rather
Mm,
ask you for a recovery email. So that recovery email
yes.
will help them to recover your mail when you lost them or when you somewhere something happens or eventually. So I think there's need people have various means of backups and not to rely on one source.
That's very good. That's very good.
I'm sorry, sorry, I want to say something, ma'am.
Please go ahead and speak.
Um, like somebody said, I really do not know the person that said that. Telegram, nobody has ever taken Telegram seriously. Something. It, I use
No, like
Telegram.
it's not much.
I use Telegram a lot when maybe I want to do online classes for my work. So, but the thing is, Telegram is data consuming. It consumes data a whole lot. Even the Zoom does not consume data the way
Really?
Telegram consumes data. I know the Nigeria we are now. People
Wow,
are
I'm just hearing
managing
this for the
themselves.
first time.
So, of course, it does.
Exactly. No, Queen, I kind of disagree with you. It's about data. your settings. Facebook, WhatsApp will also consume data if you don't do your settings very well. Now, reason why you think the Telegram consume data is because it's auto, download pictures and videos and everything, but you go to your settings and you cut off all of those things and it's just only text. Then you can now choose when to download pictures or videos if you so wish. If you don't do that, it will be data consuming. That's what I found out.
Okay,
Even my WhatsApp that automatically.
okay. Thank you very much. I'm seeing Sadiq Aliu raising up his hand. Go ahead and speak. Unmute yourself.
Yes, ma. Yeah. Good. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Before you speak,
Back
sorry,
to.
Yeah.
before you speak, can we see your face? Even Queen, I need to see your face. We don't want to see we don't want to hear voices. We want to see faces. Let's attach a face to the voice. Very good. Thank you. Go ahead and
Okay.
speak. Okay.
All right.
Queen is a
Back
fine girl.
to what she said. Back to what she said. Actually, when it comes to like you want to download something, it
Yeah.
consumes data a lot. It
Okay.
consumes data a lot. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Okay. That's true. And then another thing
Mm.
that consumes data, similarly, I can see you. Don't worry, I can see you. Another thing that consumes data is images, videos, colors, prints. Those things they consume data a lot. The only thing that doesn't consume data are messages, the chats. They are the only things that would not consume data. But once you download movies, you download videos, all those 1 minute, or you watch videos on Facebook, you think you're watching skits. You will not know. MTN will just give you have 520 MB remaining. You'll be shocked that who really those things consumed. When you watch videos, you go to YouTube, you'll be watching how to DIY. You will not know your data is going. So those are the things that consume data a lot. Okay, so we have 7 minutes to the end of the class. Do we still want to talk about anything or should we call it a day?
Okay, this is my so,
He said,
so
okay, this is your real face.
yes,
Queen is a fine girl now, see.
It's a pleasure to meet everybody. I enjoyed today's class, and my kids are not here to disturb me. Last week, while we were teaching, remember that I went offline. My baby eats his mouth
We
full.
had senior lecturers in the house.
I couldn't wait for them to resume so that I'll be able to concentrate. So I'm glad that today's class I enjoyed today's class. I also learned new things. So at this point, I would like to call it a day. I know a lot of us have other classes so that we can log into our next class, and I'll try and make sure that the video for lesson 5 will be out by Monday. The video for lesson 5 should be out by Monday. I'll make sure it's out, and the lesson notes too. Let's try and read up so that we can do our TMAs very well. The exam is going to be it's going to be very, very simple. I can assure you. It's very simple. There's nobody that will not get A. Exams are very easy. Very, very easy. I wish us the very best. Whatever you
We trust
do,
your government.
whatever you do,
Amen. Oh, amen.
make
Amen.
sure you're excellent at it.
Now
Don't
we
just
dey hear your
don't just do it ordinarily. Whatever you do, be excellent at it. I wish us the very best. So I'll call it
humor.
a day. Bye to everybody. Have a wonderful day
Much.
and enjoy
please,
the rest
I
of the
have a
week.
question. Oh,
Um, let me see if there's anybody's name I've not mentioned today. Mogbonjubola Adegboyega, you're hiding
Ex-
Abi. I did not hear your voice
ex-
today at all. You. Okay, oh, we'll see next week. Ethel, Oriem, Orioma. What tribe are you?
Orioma, Orioma, Orioma,
Orioma, Oritoda, good head,
Orio,
I'm
Orioma,
Igbo. I'm
Orioma.
You're
Igbo.
Igbo. What does that mean?
Yes, ma'am. Good market
Good.
day.
Good market day. Oh, they gave birth to you. Are you a
Yes, ma'am.
businesswoman?
She
Yes,
is.
ma'am.
She's the
Oh, you're
boss in
making
the
plenty
house.
money. Oh,
Ma,
hey,
she's the boss in the house. She's the boss in the house.
hey. We have CEOs and MPs in this place. Don't worry, we all go places together. We are rising.
Amen. Thank you, ma.
Oh,
Amen.
please make sure you
Thank you,
study.
ma.
As many people that are working, let's concentrate on our job. I wish us the very best. So bye, everybody. Bye.
Have a
Thank
nice day,
you.
ma. Thank you.
Greet our senior lecturers when they are back.
Here. Thank you.